And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fowl Territory 349. I'm your host, Gizzard Gary, and it is Monday, March 9th. So, welcome, one and all. Yes, I indeed am still alive. Getting over this cold flu. I guess it's influenza B, they called it, but it doesn't matter. I just been down with the croup and everything else for the past week or better, and I'm still not 100% over it, but we're getting there. We're going to have a show. Right now, I don't have any panelists, so I'm it. So this may be a short show, but anyway, um, here we go. So while we're killing time, let's see who we've got out there in the audience, and it looks like DJ Play Night's his first one out there this evening. Alaska One Andy is out there. Woods from the PNW is out there. We have Packrat's Attic, and we have Ms. Packrat. We have Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy is out there. Dale Pogue is out there in the audience. Hillbilly Up is out there this evening. Vulcan Rumble is here and awake, or so he says anyway. Ozzy Orsborn barking at the moon. And let's see, real quick. I do have a panelist waiting. Let me get through this real quick. Alex Parlin is out there. Ron 2A Matters. Wood says the plague, not quite. D Smoking 22, who I believe is J Delta, is out there under his alter ego, shall we say. And Packrat's Attic says you need some homemade chicken soup. That wouldn't be too bad. So we do have a panelist to come aboard. So let's say hello to Hillbilly Up. Good evening.
Hey, buddy, how you doing? Glad to hear you're feeling better.
I'm here. I am here. How are you?
I'm doing good. Decent day today. Windy as heck, but it's a decent day. I think we're like in the upper 60s, so that's a good day.
Is that what we got to 79 here? Yeah, 79. It got right hot out there. So almost had to turn on the AC.
It could have got a little warmer than that, but it probably, I didn't check the thermometer, but it was cloudy most of the day. I mean, that was probably what kept us down a little bit.
Say hello to the gun snob out there.
Hey, buddy.
All the way from Chelsea, Oklahoma, thereabouts. He's out there. Also, Denny's Plant-Based Journey is out there. Packrat says it's still 75 here. So, yeah, we got 15 people out there in the audience. I did go ahead and start the crawl down at the bottom of the screen. If you want to enter tonight's giveaway, the hashtag is #FT349. FT349. That is a chance to win the usual pack of stickers, couple patches, and then we're going to do things a little different starting this week. And there's a lot of announcements that have yet to be made on here, so I guess we could go ahead and get into those now. Hillbilly, believe it or not, has been a little bit privy to some of the stuff that was going on because I may or may not have spoken to him on the phone about this stuff. So try to get a little bit of advice from somebody who is in a quasi-similar situation. So
get my advice, so you know what advice you don't or what you don't do.
Yeah. I know how that is. You've asked me for advice, and I said I'll give it to you. I don't know if it's good advice, but I'll give you advice. But I mean, obviously, I'm doing some things on my channel because, to be quite honest with you, I'm not being able to stay financially afloat with what I'm doing. And when I say that, please don't think by any means that I'm about to go broke at the bank or anything like that, or that I'm not able to eat or anything. It's just that the channel, quote unquote, is not paying for itself. So I'm having to make some changes to how I do things around here. So one of those is on the Fowl Territory giveaway. I'm going to do it a little differently on the Chick-fil-A. For one thing, Chick-fil-A, the winner chicken dinner will only be awarded if the winner is a channel member. That's a perk to you channel members that not everybody's going to get. So if you're not a channel member, you'll still get everything else. I'm going to mail you the stickers and all that stuff and cool stuff. But for the channel members, you're going to get the Chick-fil-A gift card, and it's only going to be for $10. I can't afford to do the 20 or 25 anymore. So hopefully you'll still be able to come pretty close to feeding yourself with that. And it's just a matter of economics and stuff like that. So for my channel members that are out there, and a lot of you who follow my community tab, you already know what's going on, but I am raising the cost of my basic tier from 99 cents a month to $1.99. Now, that's all fine and good, but YouTube won't let you go out and change the price of a tier once you've created it. And so what I had to do was to create a new entry tier at $1.99 and ask everybody that's in the old one, would you please upgrade? And so far I've had 11 people, I believe, 11 or 12 go ahead and do that for me. I appreciate it. But in a week or so, I'm going to turn off that old tier. And if you haven't moved, then I'm going to lose those people. And I know I'm probably going to lose some. I know some people, and I'm not angry about this or anything else. I just know it's a matter of economics. If you're out there and you're a channel member on this channel, at any time, if it causes you any financial burden, please drop. I don't want you to give me money that you can't afford to give me, if that makes sense. So if going from 99 cents a month to $1.99 is asking too much, then I understand if you can't upgrade, and I'm not going to have any hurt feelings or anything like that. Understand that. It's just not taking in enough money. I figured it out with what I had going out this year. I averaged around $150 a month going out, and my channel doesn't even make 100 a month coming in. So if you're a financial guy like Hillbilly, you'd say that's not a very tenable position as far as business goes.
Yeah, it's not a good direction.
So DJ says, how many channel members are currently on the 99-cent level? Well, it started out as 33. We did have one upgrade to the second tier, and that is Kid Mark. He upgraded to the what we call the Gizzard Groupie. That's my second tier. And so I'd say there's probably 19 people yet still on the 99-cent level that need to upgrade. Excuse me. I'm going to mute for just a moment here. One of the consequences of having a cold is I'm going to have to mute every once in a while. So, but where was I going with this? I lost my train of thought. But, oh, yeah, after a few days, I figured we'll go ahead and go this week and just leave both tiers out there. And probably this coming weekend, I'll go ahead and close down that old Gizzard Groupie tier. So if you were out there, wow, looky here. Denny's Plant-Based Journey just did a $50 super chat. It says, here are the next 5 giveaways for Chick-fil-A. Thanks for all you do. Man, you didn't have to do that. Man, I appreciate it. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Denny. I'm going to have to give you the GORN. Probably even, if I can find it, the Screaming Goat. You better believe it. All right. So we've had a couple of people come in. Jacob S. come into the chat. Also, Gerald Muir just came in. Let's see, who else did I miss? Let's see. D Smoking 22. I think I am a groupie. Yes, you are. So
I was trying to look on your channel and see where people like they know they're a member, but see what tier they're on, and I'm having trouble finding like even my own.
Well, I can go into YouTube Studio and see.
Yeah.
But and we've had a few people upgrade since the Ms. Packrat just upgraded to the new Gizzard Gang. Thank you. I think we had another one earlier. Jacob S. did also. So we've had a couple people upgrade since the show started. Very cool.
Yeah, and if you to do that, like on the bottom of your YouTube screen, you can see down there they'll say join or upgrade, and so it's a really easy way to get to that upgrade.
It's going to look a little different on mobile than it does on the desktop, but yeah. And but yeah, if you would do that for me, because I didn't want to just shut it off and just leave all those people hanging, because then I'd have 30 channel members that wouldn't get the members. When I do the chats out there on the community tab, they wouldn't see them. So it's like, okay, I'm going to give you a week and I'm going to keep both tiers open and kind of on my live streams and in the community tab, explain what's going on, ask everybody to move over. And then I know there's going to be some, because there's some people who never watch my live stuff that's been channel members I got one that's been a channel member for 3 years. I think I've seen once on one of my live streams. I think he joined and forgot he joined. And yeah, I'm going to lose him probably. So it's all good. But hopefully I'll get to keep most of you. And then we're going to do things a little differently on the members chats going forward. And that's where I do the knife giveaways and stuff like that. And Ron 2A says, I'm a Gizzard Guru. That is the 3rd tier. All right. So yeah, he is the only one on the 3rd tier. And oh, look, we got Pack Rat's Attic. Pack Rat's Attic has moved up to Gizzard Guru. Wow. Look at that. And looks like Gerald joined the old Gizzard Gang. Well, that's going to be good for about a week, dude. And then we're going to need you to join the new Gizzard Gang, because the old Gizzard Gang is going away. So, but yeah, appreciate that. Let's go ahead and hand out some moderator badges out here. Let's see. And Packrat, I got to find you because your membership dropped this last week, so you're a returnee. So, okay. Hopefully I got everybody now with their badges and stuff like that. So, okay, so lots going on. Anyway, on the giveaways, the way we're going to do it now is I'm going to start using the wheel again rather than the StreamYard giveaway tool. You remember back when I used to do the wheel to pick winners on the members chat? So we're going to do that, but each tier will be treated differently. So the people who are the tier 1, they're going to get 1 entry on the wheel. If you're on the tier 2, the Gizzard groupie level, you're going to get 2 entries on the wheel. And somebody like Ron 2A Matters, who is Gizzard Guru, he's going to get 3 entries on the wheel each week. So the higher levels of sport, the more chances you'll get to win. So it gives a little bit of incentive for the people who are at the higher levels to get a little bit of reward for what they've done and stuff like that. So yeah, Packrat says mine dropped because I ordered a new Visa debit card and it still hadn't come. That's what happens most of the time. People drop. I've had it happen. I'd say probably half my members. I think it happened to Hillbilly at least once. Didn't it, Hillbilly? He may have stepped away. But it's happened to a lot of my channel members where they just drop and have to re-up and stuff like that. So don't feel bad. That happens. So, and Gabriel's out there and he says, Gary's back. Yes, I am. I also saw Vanessa Kitty out there. So, we got quite the group out there. Yeah, DJ said it happened to me 3 or 4 times. Yeah. Yeah, I know you've had trouble with it. And all right. So we got Denny's plant-based journey. Look, he just upgraded his membership to Gizzard Groupie. So he wants to be part of that tier too. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. I don't know if you heard me a second ago. We were talking about people whose membership lapsed because of their debit card expired.
Oh, yeah.
That's happened to a lot of people. In fact, I think it happened to you at least once.
Well, it did because, like, when I first started YouTube, I just had like one YouTube like channel and email,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started expanding my emails because of I had a second channel and this and that. So when my debit card expired, it kicked me off, and I kept trying to join again, and it said that like basically I wasn't in charge of this account, and I'm like, what's going on? Well, come to find out, like I finally figured it all out. Once Google started doing that, like like 2-step verification and all that, that's what messed me up, because I had to go sign in under that particular email to actually join or whatever, or upgrade or whatever. And so I finally figured it out, but I didn't like that 2-step verification deal. It messed me up a lot.
And some of us that manage more than one channel, we've got multiple sign-ons to YouTube. I've got at least 3 different ones I use depending on what channel I'm going on and stuff like that. And I've got Gizzard Gary can be managed from at least 2 of those, but if you're not logged in under the right one, there's certain things you can't do. So, yeah, it's really funky. So, yeah, if that happens to you, and I see it on my end that you've expired, but I hesitate to reach out to people because I never know whether they just didn't want to be a member anymore. I hate saying, "Hey, I'm not getting your money anymore. What did I do?" I hate to do that. I feel bad about it. I have had to do it a couple times with people, but sometimes, I don't want to embarrass you, if something's financially happened. I've had that happen to people too.
Well, like when my debit card did that and I lost membership to some channels, I didn't realize I even lost it till I went to, like, I can't, see their members only video or whatever, and that's how I figured it out. I'm like, what in the world? So,
well, I've had people in between jobs before that just had to drop all their memberships because of financial issues and, or somebody had something come up that they had money going out for this and that. And it's like, yeah, if you drop me an email and let me know, that's great. You don't have to do that, though. That's just it. The fact that you're a channel member of mine, I'm honored to have your support and stuff like that. And you don't owe it to me. You don't owe it to me. 100%. So I hate to see you go, but I understand if you do. I'm glad you people that have hung around. Some of these guys, look at DJ Play Nice. He's been out there getting pretty close to 5 years.
48.
Yeah. Well, that was 48 at the last anniversary. If you looked at the actual number on YouTube, it's way more than that. So he's been with me. He's my longest reigning channel member. So yeah, that's a long time. And I go back before that, I was on Patreon. A lot of YouTubers are on Patreon and stuff like that. I had some personal issues between a friend of mine and Patreon that I had to drop that. So Denny says, coming up on 2 years, been enjoyable. Well, thank you. I enjoyed having you. Man, I've learned all kinds of stuff about that part of Texas, and you are my man at Chick-fil-A. If if Chick-fil-A ever went bad, Denny'd be the first one to tell us because I think he eats there every week. So, Pack Rat's Attic has been a member for 7 months. That was another question people had, was if they move from one level to another, do you lose track of your months of membership? No, you don't.
Do not.
YouTube keeps track of that. So I've had people leave for 2 or 3 months and come back, and now it won't give you credit for the 3 months you were gone. But let's say you had 24 months and then you dropped for 6 months and then you came back, it would start you back at 24 and you'd go from there. So DJ says, I remember when you dumped Patreon. Hillbilly Up, speaking of panelists, member for 40 months, moving on up to that big gizzard in the sky.
Yeah, little George Jefferson's quote.
Yeah, hopefully I won't be in the sky anytime soon. I don't think the rapture's coming or anything like that. Tell you what, if I lose much more weight, I am going to blow away. That's for sure. If you hear noise coming from the outside, yes, my window is wide open here. It's still 79 degrees in this room, and I'm not turning on the air conditioner in March. Sorry. So it'll get cool enough later on tonight. It'll be plenty cool in here. I just had the windows open today, and it feels good in here, to be honest, but it's 79. I want some air blowing in here. So if anybody's outside that window, huh?
I'd have my air conditioner on at 79.
Oh, I got a problem with doing that this early in the year. Oh, man.
I'll turn my air conditioner on and my heat on the same day if I need to.
Oh, wow. Now, Danny says I've had my air conditioner on all year. Yes, my little sister down in Texas has hers on all the time. So, Wood says the deluxe gun range in the sky. Yeah, I hope they got a gun range up there. Boy, that'd be cool. That would definitely be cool.
I grew up without central air and heat, and I said, man.
Oh, we didn't have it. No.
Like, when I get old enough to have my own place, I don't care if I got to work 3 jobs, man. I'm going to have air conditioning and heat when I want it.
It's not like I can't afford it. That's not it. It's just kind of a weird, call it a bone in my head or whatever you want to call it, that it's just, I hate even doing it in April. It's like, but and it's loud. The air conditioner here, it's a window unit in the living room, and when you shut the place up and turn that on, then it's loud.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. We literally had the air conditioner on yesterday because it got so warm, and then shut it off that evening and actually turned the heat on for last night.
Now, DJ says box fan and wet washcloth summers growing up. We had that, and Dad actually had this homemade swamp cooler, which was a big box fan that sat in the living room window, and it had a copper tube that ran up above it that he hooked to the water hose that had little pinholes in it, and he could set that thing up to drip in front of that fan. Swamp cooler.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That was our air conditioning. Ron 2A Matter says, I had to renew my membership 4 different times. My car was stolen 4 times. Dang.
I would park your car in a different place.
I think I would too. Out of it. I think I would too. By the way, Boomstick is out there. Hello to Boomstick. Also, Kentucky Rimfire Justin is out there. My card. Oh, okay. That sounds a little better. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd put your card in a different place too.
I think I would too. Oh, wow. You talked about, if it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all, as I used to say on Hee Haw. So
yeah.
If you know, you know. You old folks that used to watch Hee Haw know what I'm talking about there. So.
Yeah.
Pack Rats Addict said swamp coolers suck. I know, we used them in Arizona.
They're not the best, but they do blow cool air sometimes.
But you know what? It's kind of what you're used to. I think, people say, well, it wasn't as hot as it is now when we were kids. It's like, I don't know if that's true. I think if you didn't have air conditioner, nobody I knew had air conditioners in their house. And we had a bunch of trees outside. There was trees up alongside the house. There was shade, so houses didn't quite get as hot. Nowadays, everybody wants to tear all the trees down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we go out, you go outside and sit in the lawn or and all evening it was nice and cool, get you a breeze because it's way cooler out there than it was in the house.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing of the evening after we ate our dinner. We would all sit out on the back patio and there'd be shade out there, because we had a big oak tree next to the back patio, and listen to the locusts sing back and forth out there, and there'd be a breeze, and we'd have our jug iced tea out there, and we might have a radio. We might have a transistor radio sitting on a table out there so we could hear the Royals game and stuff like that.
My grandma said it's nothing in the summer for them to, at nighttime, just take some blankets out there and just sleep outside on the lawn. It's just
my dad used to tell me when he lived on a farmhouse, he says when it got too hot, the dad would let us sleep out on the front porch because they had a big covered front porch on the old farmhouse, and said it was a screened in porch. So, yeah, kids would go out there and sleep sometimes. Let's see. Danny said last week in the 90s, it's been in the 80s this week, but the high will be 69 on Wednesday. We'll have our jackets on as it'll be 40 that morning. Yeah. Ron 2A Matters says somebody stole half a tank of gas out of my car. Good golly. You remember back in the 70s when gas got really high and people started stealing gas, and they started selling a lot of locking gas caps after that.
Well, anymore, like probably since the 90s, they put a little ball thing down the fuel tank deal so you can't get a hose down there and siphon it on most all cars because it's a pain in the butt at a garage. You got to change out the fuel tank and you got to drop the tank or the fuel pump because it's in the tank, and you can't run a hose down in there to siphon the gas out.
Well, that, and when we was kids, the fuel intake was usually in the back bumper, back behind the license plate. So there wasn't that much, a foot or two. Yeah. And then you were right in the tank. Nowadays, it's clear up on the fender, and that hose would have to be 6 feet long to get down to the tank if you could get it in there. Say hello to Jay Delta. Good evening.
Hello, gentlemen.
How are you?
I'm doing good, sir. A little older than yesterday.
Oh, birthday boy, huh?
No, not yet.
Oh,
it just as day goes by, we can't.
Oh, I thought maybe you had something you needed to tell us or something.
Not quite yet.
Okay, Block 9 is out there, by the way. TJ Fishing and Shooting, the wonder from down under, is out there.
Hey, mate.
Good day. DJ says, "Yep, locking gas caps. We got one. I remember." It used to be a thing. Kentucky Rimfire Justin says, "Nothing like a mouthful of gasoline." If you've ever siphoned gasoline, it's not the most pleasant thing in the world to get in your mouth. No, I have done it.
Yeah. Anytime you've seen somebody back in the day at the hardware store and they're getting about 3 foot of clear plastic hose, you knew that was so they could siphon gas out of their car for their lawnmower and stuff. That way you can see the gas come and then hopefully still not get a mouthful of it.
He says it only happens once. Let's see. Pack Rats Addict said they used to sell a spring that fit in a filler hose to keep people from stealing gas.
Yeah.
Ron 2A Matter says they didn't siphon that gas out, they drilled a hole in the tank. Oh, man.
That can be expensive.
It could be dangerous, too. You got to be damn careful drilling a hole in the side of a tank full of gasoline. That could...
Yeah.
Just think of what grinding metal and an explosive mixture inside could do. So it could not end well. Alex Parlin's out there. He says, here they drill a hole in the tank and collect it as it drains out, then leave the car to drain out in the street.
Jeez.
Dang.
That shows you how smart some of these thieves are. You're like, my family, they had like this 300 acres out there by Bass Pro, and it was an old, like, basically farm at one time. I mean, what you call a farm in the Ozark Mountains, you know, a couple nice big ridges, you know, and they grew tobacco and stuff out there. But anyway, my family had bought it, and there's still an old barn and some stuff out there, and we go out there and deer hunt and there was trails went down off in the bottom down to the lake and all the creek and all that. And so my uncle had an old four-wheeler, an older one, an old Honda with a metal tank on it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And no, actually it had a plastic tank on it. But anyway, one time, and we went to start it up. We just left it in the barn, and like it wouldn't start, and got looked in the gas tank. Well, low on gas, poured some gas in it. Gas started running out of the bottom of the tank. So somebody had took a knife and jabbed in the side of that tank to steal gas when dang it, hang on a second. When all they had to do, you know how motorcycle and stuff are, there's a fuel shut off right there and a hose.
Mm-hmm.
So all they had to do was pull the hose off and turn the gas on, and they could have got all the gas they needed right out of the tank, but they're so not smart that they decided to stab a hole in the tank to try to drain the gas. I mean, that's just crazy.
Now, Boomstick says we used to call a 4-foot piece of hose a West Virginia credit card. Now, Kentucky Rimfire Justin says it takes an open flame to ignite gasoline or an electric spark, of course. The liquid fuel itself, yeah. The thing is, if there's vapor buildup inside that tank, and the less gas there is in it, the worse it is, actually.
Yeah, so, and your cordless drills, you got brushes in there, so there was always sparking.
Right. And Ozzy says, yeah, the gas won't ignite, it's the fumes that ignites. Yes, I've actually saw people that would take a bucket and fill it with gasoline and then take matches and toss in the bucket, and yeah, it'll put the matches out, but you've got to be damn careful not to get downwind of it when you do that stuff. If those fumes ignite, you're in trouble. And it's not a game I want to play. How about that? Yeah, gasoline fires usually don't end well. So, yeah, I don't know where my other panelists are. Maybe they've abandoned me. They're all sick, or it's some holiday that I wasn't aware of. Is it a holiday? Don't think so. So we've got, this is an old time panel here tonight. I've had these two on my panel before, but it's been, what, probably 6 months or better. So we're having an old-timey show tonight, folks. So, and if you're a channel member, if you go to YouTube and go to my community tab, there's a link there. If you're on my Discord, you can go to the members chat. There is a link there. So all channel members can be on here. Calamity Gene is out there. Pack Rat says Rich got kind of wound up last night. He did. Rob D, New York Outcast, is out there. He says it's free ammo night at the 7-Eleven. They've got ammo at the 7-Eleven? Wow. Ron Wayne's out there, by the way. He says, hey there. Kentucky Rimfire Justin says, I have welded a pinhole in a diesel tank while it was full of diesel. Wow. So DJ says, I'll keep my matches, thanks. Yeah, probably smart. Denny says, somebody asked me what I was doing for spring break. I laughed. 1, I'm old. I don't do spring break. 2, when I was young, I couldn't afford spring break. And 3, I've never had spring break. Get to work. Is it getting to be spring break time? Anybody got school kids? You've got grandkids. When is spring break, Hillbilly?
Oh, man.
It's usually like the last week in March or something like that, right? Or not?
I think it's in March, yeah, or April, right in that area. I think colleges are about the same. Most, like all the colleges do at the same time, but I think schools might differ a little bit.
Yeah, Denny said this week is spring break in our area. I couldn't tell you. Here. See, Packrat says we didn't get spring break in the Army. Yeah, I bet you didn't. Justin says last week of March for me.
Yeah, most usually the end of March, beginning of April.
Woods, he's a school teacher. He says it's April for me up in PNW.
Justin, he's a shop teacher too.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We got teachers out there then.
Yeah.
All right.
We didn't get spring break when I was in school.
I don't remember him in high school either. Then he says college is spring break next week in this area. I remember we had the 3-day, the Good Friday, Easter weekend type thing. That's about as close as you came to a spring break.
Yeah. Yeah, we just got snow breaks is all we had.
Very rarely did that happen.
And then, we had to, if we missed too much, we had to make them up in the summer by going longer in the summer, or we could, like, the school and teachers could vote on it. We could do a Saturday every week to try to make some up.
Nowadays, if it's forecast snow, they'll call off school.
We didn't get no break on I think I can remember back at home in Puerto Rico, except when you move from one grade to the other, the summertime, whatever the grades were, and you move. That's the only break we got. And holidays, of course.
Well, I'm sure you never had to worry about snow.
Not.
No.
You
might get the occasional monsoon or something like that come through.
Right, yeah, we do.
One of my daughters is a teacher, and I was asking her about spring break. I'm like, we didn't get it. I was like, you kids didn't get it till later on, finally when a few of them were in high school, they started getting spring break. And I'm like, what's up with that? And she told me from being the teacher, what the older teachers told her was some of the teacher unions got together and they said that they deserved, the spring break as part of their, salary or whatever.
Right.
So I think that's why it's a little more, why they have it each year now. And I don't know if that's the truth. That's just what one of the older teachers had told her.
Ron Wayne's been a channel member for 30 months. That's a long time. All right.
Hey, Ron.
So for him and all the other people that had anniversary chats out there, here's your gong. You were warned. All right. So that'll probably get me in trouble with somebody out there in the chat. Packrat says my senior trip was to Fort Sill. Let's see. Wood says can confirm, Hillbilly. Justin works 190-day calendar. Ozzy said spring break back in the day was 1 day, Friday teacher's workshop. Exactly. Yeah. Not quite the same. But of course we got all us, and I don't want to make Hillbilly feel bad because he's a young buck on this panel. So He's in here with a bunch of old folks.
Hey, that's right.
He's just a whippersnapper.
Youngin.
See, are you even 60 yet, Hillbilly? You're not, are you?
I am 57.
That's what I thought. Wow.
Knocking on that door.
Born in the summer of 69.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Definitely a young buck.
January of 69. It wasn't quite summer yet.
All right. So we got another panelist. Ron 2A Matters is with us. Good evening.
Good evening, if you can hear me.
We can hear you. Well, so we got a whole panel full. Well, 3 of us elderly people, then Hillbilly. So. So, and he's probably got more grandkids. Well, he's got more grandkids than I do. That's for sure. I only have 2.
I got 6.
I'm on 7.
He beat me by 1. Yeah.
Wow.
And
I'm hoping for like 20 more.
There you go.
I think I'm probably done.
I have 7.
Wow.
I got 6, 2 kids, 2 little ones, and 4 adults.
TJ says a couple more years we'll all be grown ups. Yeah, it sure does happen. Ozzy's a 1960 model, as am I. Although he's later in the year and I'm early in 60. So there's a couple months or so we're the same age, and then I'm a year older. So Boomstick says if it wasn't for Kentucky Rimfire, Hillbilly, and Gizzard, I wouldn't know what day of the week it is. Hey, we are good for that. We are good for that. Except for last week when somebody took off both the shows because I just didn't really feel up to it last week. I'm not going to lie to you. I was awake for a couple hours, then I'd be in bed for a couple hours. That stuff really had me down. So
it's good to take a break once in a while.
Was not fun.
It's not.
Kentucky Rimfire Justin is an 81 model.
Oh.
Packrat says all our kids have 4 paws and they're fixed. I got one of those. For sure, yeah. Block 9's putting his birthday out there for us. Wow, I don't think I want to put that on the screen, but 65, let's just say.
We're going to be in cardboard prison. There's some rules we got to follow.
Rob says Gary is working too hard on retirement. I don't know. You got to do something. I thought maybe, when I worked all the time, it's like when you retire, you could just sit and do nothing. But you know what? That gets old real quick. I found out. It's like you got to have something to do.
This blanket's so cozy.
Okay. Let's see. Woods is a 71 Woods, he says. Justin says me and Packrat share a birthday. So, yeah. Block 9 says the day JFK was killed in Big D, November 22. That's right. Now, I was alive when that happened. I remember it.
Yeah, so do I.
Just a little kid, but I remember. Packrat is a 62 model. It's like we're talking about old cars.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I guess I'm a 59 model then.
And Gabriel says, wife says, I'm the floor model. Okay, there you go. Danny says, I don't ever plan to retire, but I will leave the corporate world and just do church work at some point. Well, yeah, at a certain point, you could do what you want to do. It doesn't mean retirement doesn't mean you do nothing. It just means you do what you want to do now. That's kind of the way to look at it, because you can't just do nothing. So Ron 2A Matter says 67. Okay. So DJ says, think Brian Adams, born December of 69. Yeah. Ms. Packrat's a 64 model. Wood says, so we're V8s. Yeah, I don't know if I'm firing on all 8 cylinders, but
Yep.
Ozzy says, I went shopping for a 45 1911 mag today. None to be found. Really? Had to order one. I don't even have a 45 1911. Well, those used to be all over the place. If you're talking, what, the old 8-round mags, or probably 1911 mags, yeah. Those used to be easy to come by.
Yeah, that was my sidearms when I joined the service.
Well, final done. Ain't nothing wrong with them. Rob says, at least old vehicles last longer to test drive, unlike some modern ones. That's right. Grim Reaper Reviews is out there. He says, if I remember correctly, I think it was a hillbilly chat. The number of guests that were born on the 13th was insane. Wow. Minnie Wayne is out there. Minnie Wayne says 2025. That's right. You were a recent birth. Okay.
Say really youngin'.
DJ Fishing and Shooting says, my motorcycle, Burno, and Minister for War and Finance are all 74. Wood says, we are made with real metal. Yes, sir. Let's see. Danny says, I found the 7 and 8 round mags on several websites. I don't ever buy them locally. Making a mag holder. Well, gosh. I have at least 3 of them. I think one of them is a Chip McCormick mag. Those used to be a fairly popular aftermarket. Grim Reaper, also born on the 13th. Packrat says, I have an uncle and cousin that share a birthday with me. As far as I know, nobody shares a birthday with me of people I know. Let's put it that way. So there's that, but maybe they just didn't want to admit it. It's a possibility. But the nice thing about it, in my state, my birthday falls on the anniversary that the state was admitted to the Union. So the day that we celebrate our statehood is also my birthday. So I always tell people around here, I tell people I'm born on Kansas Day. They know what that means. So Packrat says, we share a birthday with Fidel Castro. Wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
Very.
Well, he's not having any more birthdays. Old Fidel, he's gone.
He's maxed out.
Yep. Cancel Christmas.
So I had to.
Well, he lived a long time, though.
Yeah.
I had to run and say bye to my daughter. She had her and her kids are flying to Hawaii tomorrow. Well, tomorrow they'll be driving to Kansas City, and then we'll be flying out the next day. My daughter's in Hawaii. She's like, send Country Bob's. I don't know if a lot of people might not know what Country Bob's is. It's kind of like a steak hamburger sauce that you can only get like in this area, or Midwest, I know for sure, but she cannot get it in Hawaii. And so,
used to be called Country Bob Edson's back in the day.
Yeah. It's kind of like a little bit of a sweeter, like steak sauce, like, people put on the hamburgers, chicken, and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, we'd buy like 6 big bottles of it, and then I had to wrap it all, and bubble wrap and all that stuff. And so,
Wow. So, yeah, some people are getting their hashtag in for the giveaway. We'll be doing that here shortly. Hashtag FT349 for that, by the way. So yeah, Denny's talking about the mags. He says PSA and the Mag Shack both have them. I'm sure others do. So, yeah, and I would check with me. I buy a lot of stuff from Midway USA. Now, I don't have any affiliation with them or anything like that, but they're right over in Hillbilly's neck of the woods. So,
yeah.
I've bought stuff there before, and I'd have it like in 2 days. They're as fast as Amazon is shipping stuff out. It's amazing.
Mm.
So that's before we had a lot of big shops around here. Like now we've got Cabela's and stuff to go to. But Packrat also had an uncle that was born on the 4th of July. Wow. That would be pretty cool. Uh-oh. Hope nobody broke in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much a deterrent for somebody wanting to break in.
Yeah, we'll think about it twice.
Yeah.
There's probably a kitty cat out. I mean, yeah, I know there's kitty cats out there, but yeah.
Kentucky Rimfire says, I like Chip McCormick 10-round mags. Yeah. They seem to work all right. Boomstick says, you know you're old when you start going to township meetings. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't live in the country, so I don't go to a lot of township meetings. I'm actually in a city, and I don't go to city council meetings either. So, and I'm in the county seat, and I don't go to county commission meetings either. Because it seems it'd be pretty boring, but
it's been quite a few years back, but we had to form a township because the next town over, which is 6 miles away, and you have to drive across a bridge to get to it over Table Rock Lake. They have crappy. I mean, it's not a very big town, but they have crappy taxes and like ordinances and stuff, and they're trying to annex across the bridge to come our way, and so everybody's like, hell no. And so we had to, this was quite a few years ago, they had to form a township, deal and all that. So
let's see. Rob D says it was probably Bigfoot checking for forgotten White Claws. Wow. Could be.
And beef jerky.
Yeah.
Could be. There's probably some stashed outside somewhere, knowing Hillbilly and his propensity for keeping targets around. I'm sure if you knew where to look, they're out there.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about that.
Ron's got one of his stickers he's showing us here. Nice.
Yeah, you be getting some sent your way.
Oh, very nice.
I'm sending some to Ron Wayne too.
Cool.
And I might need you to send me your address again.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that. No problem.
Because the address I've been putting on there has been getting sent back. It says address not found.
All righty. Yeah, I'll sure do that for you.
I'd have Hillbilly do it too. Because you know them coffee mugs I was trying to send you and Hillbilly? I keep getting them back. And that's what been over. I think Ron Wayne had his for like 3 months, 4 months already.
Well, I just finally got to the post office. I'd been sick. I hadn't been to the post office for a while. And so I went to the post office today, and there was a package from Ron Wayne there. I remember I won his giveaway a 3 weeks ago. So I had a whole box of goodies to open this afternoon.
Awesome.
So I got the chattering teeth and all kinds of fun stuff to play with, socks and man, all kinds of stuff. I haven't even had a chance to go through it all, but it's quite the goodie box. Let's put it that way. He definitely set me up. So let's go ahead. I think we're getting pretty close to the top of the hour. So real quick, I want to talk about gear websites. They are your source for every Second Matters gun channels gear, MOID, and more. They have patches, stickers, and other items, and every Friday is Free Patch Friday. So buy cool stuff at gearwebsites.com.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
Oh, who's the chicken that everyone loves? Gizzard Gary, who's 4'2" but stands above. Gizzard Gary, a ton of ex-wives and more to come. Gizzard Gary, who loves to give gifts to everyone. Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway.
Hi, folks. Gizzard Gary here. All right, so I'm not going to bore you guys with showing you the pictures of all the stickers and stuff that you're going to get. I think by now you've probably figured out what all you're going to get. A bunch of stickers, a couple patches, and a bumper sticker. Courtesy of Ron Wayne, you're going to get a Gun Owners of America bumper sticker. I've got a few of those to give out. And then if you are a channel member and win this giveaway, you're going to get a $10 Chick-fil-A gift card. So we've got 16 entries out there so far. Give you another minute or so to get your hashtag in, #FT349. Just like it is there on the screen. 17. Can we get to 20? I have 30 people watching this according to StreamYard. 3 of them on X and 27 on YouTube. And nobody on Facebook, but I don't even think Facebook's working. It hasn't worked the last few weeks. So, got 18.
Yeah, I've been getting little deals up there on top of StreamYard about Facebook and X sometimes, and not having issues with streaming to them.
We got 19. I knew X was having issues, but yeah, I've kind of given up on Facebook. I don't think a whole lot of people will watch over there anyway, but there we got 20. All right, so let's go ahead and draw for the giveaway here. I forgot. I got to do my drum roll first. Otherwise,
20 now, 21. We hear 21. No,
21.
21, 22. We hear 22 now yet.
It's not official unless I do my drum roll. I forgot that. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So who's going to be the prize winner this week? Who is it? It's Ms. Packrat.
Sheila, congratulations.
So Sheila,
congratulations, Ms. Packrat.
Are you out there in the chat? You are a channel member.
Congratulations.
I don't think she was just out there a second ago, so pretty sure she's out there in the chat. So.
Yeah, she put her in.
There she is.
She says, yay me. All right. Heck yeah, congratulations. I have your address. I don't think you've moved, not in the last week. Hopefully not again. Anyway, let's put it that way. So, and yeah, let me know if Chick-fil-A doesn't work for you, you want something else, let me know. I can make it something else. And I usually do those with electronic gift cards. So, and I think you may even, I think
TJ says, well, at least you know I'm not here for just to give away prizes.
Well, the problem is on that, see, the winner has to be a U.S. resident. I can't mail stuff to Australia, so.
Yeah.
And I don't think they have Chick-fil-A down there.
Could put it in a bottle and throw it in the Mississippi. Maybe you might get.
See, I had a prize winner one time. The reason I had to put that in there is I had a prize winner one time who was in Argentina. If you remember, Surrender Park.
Yeah.
And I had a heck of a time trying to figure out how to send mail down there because it was going to cost me an arm and a leg. And then you have to deal with customs with some countries and stuff like that. You have to fill out declaration forms and stuff like that. It's like, wow. So we're talking $15 or $20 just to send a bunch of stickers and stuff down there.
I think somebody's kind of seeing those issues with trying to send something to Canada in the group. And
really?
It's very expensive.
Canada is too, huh?
Wow. Yeah, customs.
Yep. I sent something. I think I sent a scope. Somebody won. Yep. But I fill a custom form and all that. I went to the, walk in. I said, oh, you got to fill a form. I do? Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A is good, she says, and thank you. You are welcome. All right. So with that, we're going to go to our next segment of the show, and we call that, of course, Show Us Your GORN. So this is where you will send your GORN, and that's like pictures of something you want to show us, or maybe a funny meme or something like that. You can send those to my email address at GORN, GORN, at gizzardgary.com, or if you are on my Discord, you can also put it in my Discord. There's a GORN channel right there in my Discord. So, yeah, discord.gizzardgary.com if you want to join Discord. So, anyway, let's see. I know at least one person said they sent in some GORN. So, let's see if I can find it. Yes, I do. Okay. So let me put this on the screen. This is from Justin, by the way. And Colt SP1 clone, he says. What do you think of that? Get it to where you can see it. It's pretty. Packrat says, I want it. I don't think he's giving it away. And if he is, that's something we can't do on YouTube, folks. So, yeah, they tend to frown on stuff like that. I want to say hello to Stephen Sheets out there in the audience. Danny says, oh, man, we have some manufacturing companies in Canada, and it is a big chunk of change getting across the border and paying customs. But it's faster than China, India, Indonesia, etc. Justin says, cold upper, no deck, spud lower. Ron Wayne says, nice one. Packrat says, I was issued one in the Army. All right. So let me go out there. I'm going to check the Discord real quick and see if there is any GORN out there in the Discord. There's not. There is a picture that DM Foss put out there a week ago, so I'll go ahead and show you that. If I hit the right button, let's put it that way. He sent this when I was gone last week, and he said, a week with no gizzard. Aw. Oh, I'm sorry I made people sad by being gone. I did have people tell me that I more or less messed up their Mondays because that's what they did on Monday nights is to watch my show, and they didn't have anything to watch at that time. It's like, well, I'm sorry, guys. Now I am not this weekend, but next weekend I am going down to Texas for a few days, but I'm leaving on a Thursday. I'm flying down and I'm be flying back on Monday. So my intention is to go ahead and do my show that next week. But if something happens and my flight's delayed, then something might happen with the show. But we're going to try to do it. I think my flight arrives in Kansas City at 5. So hopefully I can get out of the airport and get back home in time to do this. So although I'm a little worried about flying out of Kansas City because, was it yesterday or the day before, they had to evacuate the Kansas City airport due to a security threat or something like that. Rob says the jet lag show should be interesting. It might be. I'll have to set it up and everything before I leave because I won't have time to do all that. I'll barely have time to get in the door and do that.
Yeah, and say prayers because, like I said, my daughter, grandkids, you know, a couple of my daughters and a lot of my grandkids and stuff, and are flying out Kansas City to Denver, Denver to LA, and then LA to Hawaii. So, and yeah, say some prayers, you know, for these people travel and, you know, like Gary having to travel and stuff. Man, that crap would stop if they'd let us carry guns on there in the airport and on the planes.
Well, my sisters decided they wanted to have a get-together before the end of March, and so they decided to do it on the March 21st, and it's like, I don't really feel like driving down there. Yeah. So I got a real quick flight. Now, getting a flight on 2 weeks' notice isn't cheap. Yeah. That was not a cheap flight, especially to get a nonstop down there. So, but anyway, I'll be down there for that anyway. So it's one of the few times all of my family could get together. So all 5 of us siblings together finally in the same spot. My brother couldn't make it last time, so it'll be fun. It'll be great to have all 5 of us. So, Vulcan Rumble says, suicide cow bomb in Kansas? Okay, technically, Kansas City Airport is across the state line over in Missouri, so I blame Hillbilly for this one. It's not in our state. It's just barely in Missouri, but it's in Missouri.
Yeah, barely. Well, there's basically Kansas City, Kansas too.
Yeah. Although the airport really isn't in Kansas City proper, it's out in Platte County, but pretty close to Platte City, actually. Mm-hmm. Or really a little bit north of where the racetrack and everything is up there. Denny says, flying to DFW. No, I'm flying to Austin. DJ says, nonstop to Texas is difficult from KC. Where would they stop? Oklahoma City? No. You've got Dallas. Dallas is the most common one. I only had one choice if I wanted a nonstop. But I think some of them was Dallas. One was maybe St. Louis or something like that. I had to change planes and stuff like that.
Well, one cool thing about Dallas, they have those little pods you can rent by the hour. You can go take a nap or sit in there and stuff and charge your phone and everything.
Yeah, I'd fall asleep and miss my flight or something. And if you've ever been to Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, you better spend that hour trying to find your next gate. Because it does take that long to get there.
Yep. That's true. And Atlanta's the same way.
I did it in O'Hare in Chicago one time. That could be hell getting from one gate to another in that place.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of fun. Mr. Bob says I sent you a GORN. All right. Well, looks like I got several GORNs out there. All right. Well, Hillbilly was first. So let's go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't type in there. I figured I'd explain it since I'm on here.
You can do that. You can talk and all kinds of stuff, man.
So these were the BB guns, brand new, that they ended up giving away on Hasbro's Elf on the Shelf deal.
Mm-hmm.
He took and had them laser engraved, and so it's really cool. They're one of ones, the people that won those, and so. But what's really funny is the engraving deal made me look like Cheech. I don't know why. A big mustache there. It looks like.
It does.
There's nibs and.
Those are pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you sent a second email. Oh, it's got a couple things on it. Okay.
Right. There was another rifle on that one.
Oh, did I miss on the first one? Okay.
Yeah, there is no big deal. It's just
You're right. I did.
Keystone.
All right. Well, I want to be fair and get them all in, so.
Yeah, pack rat.
See.
Yeah, Nibs did some of my logos on the coasters, and the way it engraved it made me black. It gave me blackface. But that's my Keystone. I call it the All-American there.
Yeah, that's American.
Action 22. Yeah.
So DJ says Mexico City was gigantic and Heathrow was a hassle because of security checkpoints every 50 feet. Yeah, I've been to Heathrow, but that's a long time ago.
Wow.
Yeah, flying to London that's a long flight over there.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Since we're talking about Canada, I was like, man, there's some great memes, and it's been a long time since.
Yeah, they don't seem to be taking it very well. So. Okay. And then let's see.
This was I posted this on my YouTube, but this was a Facebook post today, and I'm like, yeah, you only see this in a local Facebook post around here. Donkey and two dogs got out.
That one's kind of a funny looking dog. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a miniature donkey.
Huh.
Yeah. It's like you open up Facebook and it's like, okay, yeah. There's a donkey on the loose somewhere.
Okay, now it's time for Mr. Bob's. All right, so here we've got a Beretta Tomcat 30X Inox 32 ACP. Nice.
Sweet.
Man. That is pretty.
I like the grips on them.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to try. Can I rotate this? Will it allow me to? Rotate left. There we go. Okay. Trying to size it so it'll fit on a screen a little better here. And this is, he says, my not a Glock 34 build. Just need sights and a magwell, then done.
Nice.
So not a Glock 34. Yeah, I like that slide. Interesting.
Yeah, he said those grips are rosewood. And they sure look nice on that other one.
All right. Delete. Okay, so I think that's all the GORN out there. Let's get back to the chat. I know I've missed a few chats out there. Denny said, my plan in DFW is to get to my gate, double check, hit the back. Packrat says, changing planes is a good way to lose your luggage. Well, I don't plan on taking any luggage. I'm just taking a carry-on because Southwest doesn't give you free bags anymore. And if I just have a carry-on, I don't have to deal with baggage claim or any of that mess. It's so much nicer when you fly without carry-on bags or without checked luggage. So I can basically get right off the plane in Austin and walk right out the airport doors, and hopefully my sister will be there to pick me up. So DJ says, I feel like Denver is worse than any of those you mentioned. Yes, I have been to Denver. Dallas-Fort Worth is just a bit confusing, and Atlanta is a super hub, busy but easy to navigate. Denny says Denver can be tough if you have to go very far. Seems like it can go on forever, but it depends on the airline. Last time I was in and out pretty easy on Southwest, not so much on United. Justin says landing in Las Vegas is cool. As soon as you get off the plane, there are slot machines. That is true. Denny says Atlanta is a beast. I sat on the ground all day long one time because of delays. Denny says USA wins over Mexico and advances. Is he talking about the World Baseball Classic? I wonder. I think that's the only thing going on right now. Denny says, I fly to Houston more than anywhere. There are two big airports. Both have their own issues, but when they have weather issues coming off the Gulf, you just find a better seat and relax. No fly zone. DJ says it's cheaper to ship stuff to yourself at the destination than check a bag sometimes. Yeah. Denny's going to LAX in a few weeks through Denver. I hope I don't lose my bag. It's a 45-minute gap between planes. It's supposed to be the same area, but my luck, they'll be in different counties. Yeah, that'd be bad. He says, yes, baseball. Okay. It is getting close to baseball season, folks. I keep seeing stuff on my Facebook from Royals at spring training and stuff like that. Yeah, before you know it, it'll be time to play ball. That's for sure. At least this year before we have a lockout. So, but let me check, see if we got any more. Any more GORN? We do not. Packrat says, go Cubbies. A Cubs fan? Where you are? Wow. Okay. Justin says, I hate LAX. You got to go security check again, even though you just got off a plane and haven't left the airport.
Oh, that sucks.
Grim Reaper Review says, I had plane trouble once from Atlanta to Iowa, stopped in Cleveland. Talk about going back in time. Ladder truck pulls out, then walk to an assembly area. Then a tractor pulling trailer with picnic tables. Wow. DJ's talking about the Storm Chasers. Wow, he's talking about minor league ball. Okay. I'm a Royals fan. I can't help it. Always have been a Royals fan. I guess I always will be. So
minor leagues always have the best names, though.
Yeah, they do.
That in college, yeah.
I think in Wichita they have the Wind Surge, believe it or not. They're a AA team. And they've got a real nice stadium they play in down there. I've just never been to a game. Ought to go. It's cheaper than going to a Royals game, that's for sure. All right, so we're getting close to the end of our time here, so I'm going to go through the panel and let everybody give their plugs and talk about whatever they want to talk about before we get out of here. So, and I think I almost forgot what we typically do here is what did you learn? So first, I got to ask you what you learned during the show, and then you can tell us about your channel. So Hillbilly Up, what did you learn this evening?
I learned it's a good reason I don't like to fly and have to mess with these airports. So, yeah, I don't like to fly anyhow, and airports suck. And so I'm happy.
Yeah, the new one in Kansas City is kind of nice. So,
oh, really good.
Yeah. So, what have you got going on your channel? People need to know about.
Well, tomorrow night we got our members only chat, our VIPs, and if you're a member over there on my channel, join us. We always have some fun over there. And then Wednesday, I got a video coming out shooting UBR, the ultimate bench rest cards, challenge or whatever. Anyway, shot that there this last week and got the video coming out tomorrow. And I think I might have something coming out Friday. I can't remember for sure what the schedule was, but of course we got Guns Bearing Therapy every Saturday night, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. If you ain't doing nothing, swing by and visit us. We'd love to have you.
Heck yeah. Well, thank you for being here. Vulcan Rumbles wanting me to read his last message. The last message I have from him is the one about the suicide cow bomb in Kansas. Okay. Anyway, let's go down to D Smoking 22, or at least that's what he's calling himself on his icon here. Well, what did you learn tonight, sir?
Well, I knew this,
also known
but
as Julio.
Yeah, Julio.
Julio.
Well, I knew this, but I learned that a lot of people don't have common sense be drilling a gas tank with a drill. Get gas. You might not make it to your destination, period. So
yeah, cannot recommend. Yeah.
I know, can't recommend that. We do siphon. We've done it before, but boy, drilling. Okay. So anyway, hey, thank you for having me tonight. On the Smoking 22 on Wednesday, we are shooting one of the voodoos in a UBR card, which is 6 silhouettes, 10 points each. And then on Wednesday, that's tomorrow too. So on Wednesday on the J Delta 22NC channel, we have a Tika T1X, and we are shooting, I think it's Ely team, something like that. So if you're not doing anything on both of those days, drop by at 7:30 and check us out. Appreciate you having me here tonight.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for being here. And I was about to ask you to put your channel links out there, but DJ Play Nice has already put links to both of your channels.
Yeah, he did. Appreciate it, DJ.
Thank you, DJ.
You are awesome.
He is, man. Thank you so much.
Vulcan Rumble says you missed one. Well, I tell you what, I can't find it. I'm sorry. I've looked through a couple times. I can't find any. It must not have posted, at least for me. So my apologies. Anyway, let's go to Ron 2A Matters. What did you learn this evening, Ron?
I learned not to break into Hillbilly's house.
That's an idea.
You're gonna get molded there before you get to 1 foot in the door.
Yeah, probably not a good idea. What you got coming up on your channel?
I got a couple movie videos to be coming out shortly, and shows on Monday nights at 8:00. Y'all come over and join me. I sent you GORN, but you don't have to show it if you don't want to.
Well, let's see. Oh, well, yeah, I got to. Especially given what it is. So let's go ahead. We got time. Let's go ahead and look at it. What do you think of that?
Yes.
I need to get it. I need to get that hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have the beard no more, but well, that guy looks a lot better than I do. And boy, I don't have hair like that.
His hair is just a little bit longer than yours, though.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I took the hair and the beard off, and it didn't look like you. I mean, it really didn't look like you at all.
Well, I'll tell you the story on that, and it's kind of gross. At least that's what a couple of my friends said. But, after you've been down with a real bad cold for about a week or so, and you're blowing your nose every 30 seconds, it seems like, and it's just with the hair on your face and everything else, it's like, I can't deal with this anymore. Finally, it's like, I'm cutting it off because it's disgusting. So,
yeah, it is. And thanks for having me here tonight.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Justin says, looks like Chris Stapleton with a chick hat. Wow.
I was trying to get to say Chick-fil-A on it, but it won't post Chick-fil-A on that picture.
Yeah.
Because
DJ says Gary is circa 76. Yeah, I would have been 16, 76. My parents would not let me wear long hair at school, though. I had very restrictive parents that didn't believe in that stuff, so I had to become an adult before I was allowed to grow long hair. So
That's right.
Good thing they did that, or you would turn into a hippie.
Probably. That's what Mom said. I ain't gonna have no hippie running around this house.
Yeah, you said that about your hair. I wanted to grow an afro. My dad said, you grow one, I'm going to throw a match on it.
But you know what? I was living under their roof, so I'm under their rules. I didn't like it at the time, but I definitely understand it now. So when you get to be an adult, you have a whole different perspective on that stuff.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, my parents did a great job. I have no complaints whatsoever. So anyway, that is it for this show. I'd like to thank my panelists for coming in and talking with me this evening. We had some great discussion. Thanks to everybody out there in the chat for contributing, for sending in GORN and for your chats. I appreciate it. Thanks to everybody out there watching, and a special thanks to my channel members, one, for putting up with me, and two, for helping to support this channel. I really do appreciate it. Now, for you channel members, Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m., members only chat, right after Ron Wayne's members chat. His is an hour before mine. G-Webs just got here, and he says, what did I miss? Everything, man. You missed everything. Kentucky Rimfire Justin says, hope you feel better. I hope to be improving every day. So we're working on that. Let's put it that way. I'm probably going to make it. I'm probably going to pull through. So anyway, members only chat Wednesday. We'll be back Monday night for Fowl Territory. God willing, the creek don't rise and all that stuff. So anyway, thanks for being here. And remember, if anyone tries to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms, give them the bird. This is Gizzard Gary. On behalf of my panel, let's everybody wish everybody a good evening, and let's get out of here. So good night, folks.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, everybody. Y'all come back.
Keep the light on. You here?
See ya next week.